What is the very axis of sovereignty? Before sovereignty becomes a lived reality, it must first become embodied through the masterful harmony of the consciousness of the elements, the panchamahabhutas, the elements of creation. Each element forms both a layer of your consciousness, a realm of your awareness, and a dimension of your body. And through each, we awaken to a specific power of the self. This is not abstract philosophy. It is the technology of liberation, the architecture of the quantum. To live sovereignly, you will want to work with these elemental forces within yourself, to refine them, to harmonize them, and to integrate them, and to allow their intelligence to move freely through your being. The development of the chakras through the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and ether, is the pathway of Svatantrya Shakti, the power of absolute freedom, self-governing autonomy, the crown of presence. We begin first with the first chakra, earth, Muladhara chakra, the energy field within each and every one of us that is characteristic of stability, grounding, and trust. Earth represents the foundation of sovereignty. It is the realm of structure, boundaries, safety, and embodiment. When the earth element is stable, you feel supported and secure in your world. Your body is a home that you enjoy living in. Your commitments are strong in relationships with yourself and others. You're not ruled by fear or lack. You stand rooted in the truth that life supports you. When the earth element is weak or distorted, you may experience instability, anxiety, scarcity, or disconnection from the body, therefore disconnection with others. Daily, you want to practice grounding through mindful, breath-aligned movement and stillness. Create simple, stabilizing rituals, replenishment, routine, nourishment, and presence. Speak in a way that is affirming. I am all right right now. I am here. I am safe. I am supported. Without grounding, freedom and growth feel unsafe. With grounding, freedom becomes the expansion of creating, a movement from reacting to being in our fullest freedom. Water, Svatantrya chakra, is flow, creativity, emotional intelligence, fluidity, and adaptability. This is where we reclaim pleasure, sensuality, and emotional awareness. To be sovereign in the water element is to allow feeling without drowning in it. It's to let emotions move without becoming your identity. When this chakra is open and vibrant and alive, you experience creativity, deep intimacy, and full, healthy evolutionary adaptability. You flow with life's changes while remaining anchored in your truth. When blocked, there is rigidity, guilt, shame, or emotional repression. The practice for this is to really activate and be active in fluid movement, breath-aligned movement. Practices like Nataraja flow are important. Reconnecting with sensual pleasure through the senses without attachment. To learn emotional digestion and healthy assimilation, allowing feeling without judgment. Sovereign waters know how to feel deeply without losing clarity. Fire, the third chakra, Manipura, the power of will and transformation. Fire is the energy of self-perseverance and clarity. It burns through illusion and inertia, awakening purpose and confidence. Sovereign fire is the courage to act, to choose, and to take responsibility for your life. It's not domination or control. It's alignment with your higher will. When this fire is stable, you experience vitality, clear vision, clear direction, and an aligned use of power. When distorted, there is aggression, burnout, or collapse. A great daily practice is to strengthen your awareness of the navel center, physically and energetically. To have a clear and focused Sankalpa, conscious choice, a clear direction. Practicing Kapalabhati and Agnisara. When the fire is then purified, action becomes sacred. And now, air, Anahata Chakra, love, expansion, and relational freedom. Air governs the heart space, and it is the bridge between the human and the divine. It invites you into compassion, empathy, and balance between giving and receiving. Sovereign air allows the heart to remain wide open, even amid uncertainty. It gives the freedom to love without attachment and to forgive without losing the power of your discernment. When stable, the air element brings grace, harmony, and heartfelt presence. When blocked, there is grief, defensiveness, even emotional volatility. A good sadhana or practice to work with here is deep breathing awareness into the heart center. Cultivating loving kindness. Refer to Patanjali's Yoga Sutras 133. Allow yourself to receive love as freely as you give it. A sovereign heart loves as an act of freedom, not obligation or duty. And now to the area of the throat, ether, Vishuddha. This has access to the Ajna and Sahasrara chakras. Expression, movement throughout space into the vast field of traversing consciousness itself. It represents clarity, truth, intuition, connection to the infinite, and the power to speak it all. When this is fully open, your expression becomes so transparent and aligned. Your intuition becomes reliable, and your awareness expands beyond personal identity into divine communion, or as a humanitarian. This is where the journey culminates, and the merging of your will with divine will, where I am and all that is becomes one. In these practices, learning to use our voice, we practice a very quiet sanyama sadhana. To learn to practice mantra, to speak only what aligns with your heart and your higher knowing. Practicing really hearing, not just listening, to surrender your thoughts into spacious awareness. In ether, sovereignty dissolves into unity and freedom becomes love itself. Integration from element to essence. As you're refining these elements, you're moving from density to subtlety, from conditioning to consciousness, from reaction to creation. You begin to recognize that sovereignty is not separation, it is alignment with the wholeness of what and who you are. The path of developing the chakras through the 5 elements is the path of becoming so trustworthy within yourself, of becoming a clear instrument of divine intelligence. When the elements are harmonized, your energy becomes a radiant field of coherence. And from this coherence arises Svatantrya Shakti, the intrinsic power of self-governance. Freedom that acts from love, unity, and courage, not fear. When each element bows to its true nature, you, the being, become luminous, and freedom ceases to be a concept. It becomes your natural state. Stay with your breathing and allow these questions that you could use as journaling prompts to simply be with you. Where do I feel most grounded and secure in my life? And where do I still feel unstable and unsupported? Where am I betraying or deserting myself and my own innocence? For our watery nature, how do I allow or restrict emotional flow? Where am I attached to pleasure and living in avoidance of pain or aversion in my daily experience? Where do I use my willpower in alignment with my truth? And where do I use it to control outcomes? What would it mean for me to love with sovereignty, neither withholding nor losing myself? How do I currently experience intuition or divine guidance? And how can I create? To truly create, how can I open more space to hear as opposed to reacting? How can I move in a more sattvic rhythm? To fully be in integration, what does Svatantrya, true self-governing freedom, feel like in my body when I know that I know that I know? What does my breath feel like? My choices? How do I know that I am in that space and when I am not? Because oftentimes by seeing where we're not, it directs us to where we are. My friends, you cannot reach the infinite by bypassing the finite, the aspect of this material world. We must do the work. We must learn breath-aligned movement. And then from there, that is like a springboard that gives us access to our energy field of functionality. You'll begin to rise through the elements by inhabiting them, by being human enough to be divine. I love that. As you progress through this series, keep returning to the simplicity of breath, to the simplicity of breath-aligned movement. While simple, extremely sophisticated. Every moment you choose awareness, to see, to create over reaction. Every time you honor your body's wisdom, the spirit of your innocence, and learn to speak your truth, you are cultivating the field of Svatantrya Shakti, the freedom that nothing and no one can take from you. This will be with you eternally, my friends. Remember, the simplest of practices are the most sophisticated, and we always move back to the drawing board so that we remember who we are. Namaste.